frustrated with the quality of sleep you're getting, but you're unsure what to do about it? Like oftentimes we choose to stay in bed longer trying to get more sleep quantity, but we never feel refreshed no matter how long we stay in bed. If this resonates with you, you're not alone. My name is Carol Richard. I'm the founder of the Sleep Success Academy, where we help sleep-deprived individuals get the sleep they actually want and need and deserve. And one way we do that is we look at sleep quantity versus sleep quality. And so that's what I want to talk about in this video today. Before we get there, why don't you head over to our website, sleepsuccessacademy.com, and grab a copy of your free guide, Journey to Better Sleep, 5 action steps to improve the quality of your sleep. And in that, you will see that I have a few steps, but I also want to go into more details here today in this video. So let's strive to get you more quality sleep. So what's the difference between quantity and quality? So when I think of sleep quantity, I'm thinking about the number of hours that I either stay in bed or that I sleep. Because what happens a lot is people think that if I stay in bed for 10 hours, that I'll actually get the 8 hours that I need. But it's really 8 hours that are not comfortable because we're spending too much time in bed. We're creating this negative sleep association with our bed, that the bed is a place to think, not sleep, and be restless, I guess. Could be one of the ways to explain it. And so we really want to focus on getting more sleep quality, which will mean spending less hours in bed. But how do we measure sleep quality, right? There's a lot of gadgets like the watches you can get, the apps on your phone. I don't believe in any of those, for the reason that if we listen to our bodies and we listen to how we feel the next day, that is a good enough marker to let us know if we had sleep quantity or not. So if you do have some of those devices, they're not wrong. They're just not something that I believe in, because I believe that our body can actually give us the information we need. So what are some of the reasons? So I want to do this video with some of the reasons why we have poor sleep quality and what gets in the way. And then what can we do to improve the quality of our sleep? So first, what gets in the way of poor sleep quality? The first thing that I said was staying in bed too long. So that is one thing that really affects our sleep quality, because we're trying to go for quantity and it's not what we need. So really limiting our time in bed will help us. So try to use a sleep tracker. What time did you go to bed? When did you fall asleep? And then what time did you wake up? What time did you get out of bed? And start tracking your sleep. There are other videos I've created. And if you go and purchase my Tapping into Sleep course, there's a sleep tracker included with that. And I talk about all of this. Another reason for poor sleep quality would be your sleep hygiene. So when I think of sleep hygiene, I think of the behaviors that I'm doing. So really talking about sleep hygiene here as behaviors. We often do things that interferes with our sleep that we're not even aware of. And I'll talk about those when we talk about how to improve our sleep quality. We don't give ourselves enough wind down time before bed. We try to go to bed when our nervous system is really activated, or go all day. And then we don't have that quiet, relaxed rest time. And then we go to bed and we're not going to have quality sleep because our nervous system is actually not ready for sleep. And really just having a busy, hectic life creates a lot of stress and anxiety, and that affects our sleep quality. So let's stop talking about what is negative here, and let's talk about how you can actually improve the quality of your sleep, because sometimes it can be a little thing that you change that makes a big difference. And sometimes you need to change more than one thing in order to see a difference. So, but I'll give you a few tips here on how you can start increasing the quality of your sleep. Get a consistent bedtime schedule and a wake up time. So waking up at the same time every morning is crucial to set our circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is our body clock. And, it tells us when we're hungry. It tells us when we should go to bed. It tells us if we start listening to it, it actually talks to us. And so when we wake up at the same time each morning, and if we can get outside for some sunlight as soon as there's sun, it starts creating all the hormones and everything that happens in our body, so that when bedtime happens with proper rest, it will release the melatonin at the right time and then start sleep at the right time, because our body will be on a schedule. So that's the first thing for good quality sleep, is be consistent with your sleep schedule. Another way is to find ways to reduce stress in your life. So as I'm recording this video, it's December of 2022, and we're in the Christmas season. So for the holidays, there's a lot of stress that happens. And so some people might be finding life really stressful right now. You know, we got to buy presents, we've got to cook big meals, we've got the family gatherings, all the stuff that creates stress. So find ways to reduce the stress. So sit with yourself and say, what do I want to do this Christmas? What is it that I don't want that creates stress? And remove the more stressful things out of your life that you can. I know we can't remove everything, but just picking and choosing what we're going to do. So I'm just using the holidays as an example, but what are the things in your life that is stressing you out right now that you could kind of rearrange, ask for support, give up? Because there's a lot of things we do we don't have to. So reducing the stress in your life will let you have more quality sleep because all that stress won't show up at night for you. Another way is really looking at the last hour that you're awake and creating a really uncomplicated, relaxing evening ritual or routine for yourself. That's, we have to promote that calm and that rest in our body so that our body knows that it's time to go to sleep. And like I said, what are things that get in the way of the quality sleep is being too activated. So how can I in the evening promote that rest and relaxation and calm in my body and in my mind? So it could be things like, I have an exercise that I get my clients to do, like putting the day to rest. So writing out everything that happened during it, not everything, but creating a list of like taking 10 minutes to say, I got this done today, woohoo, excited, or, oh, I didn't get to this today, but I can do it tomorrow. Or is there something crucial that I forgot to do? If you do this around 5 or 6, you still have time to get things done. So getting in a schedule and in a habit of going through your day and seeing what's left unprocessed so that when it gets to bedtime at night, you can just really relax and rest and do activities that are calming. And then let's talk about caffeine and alcohol because they do get in the way of quality sleep. People don't realize this. Caffeine stays in your brain. So if you have a cup of coffee, it's morning, so I'm having my caffeine. But if I was to have that cup of coffee, say at 2 p.m, I actually would still have 50% of that caffeine in my brain 8 hours later. So at 10 o'clock at night, I would still have 50% of the caffeine from my 2 o'clock cup of coffee in my brain. There's still 50% of it to process and get out, and caffeine is a stimulant. So it really affects our sleep without us knowing because we no longer in our body feel the effect of the caffeine, but it is in our brain. And most of you know, I love tapping and I use tapping when I can't sleep. But you can't tap caffeine out of your brain. You can tap the emotions around it, the frustration, oh my God, I did it again, having coffee in the afternoon, but it's too late. Once you put the caffeine, it actually interrupts the deep sleep. And alcohol is the same thing. Alcohol gets in the way of our REM sleep. And so we might have more restless or just not restful sleep if we have too much alcohol because our brain can't get into that REM sleep because the alcohol blocks the REM sleep. So those are just a few things to be aware of. Now with alcohol, you can have it at like 2 hours before bed because it doesn't take 8 hours like caffeine to process. So you could have like a glass of wine with supper, but then just be conscious that you're not having 3 or 4 or 5 of them or the whole bottle because that will interrupt the quality of your sleep. So those are some examples. I hope that they're helpful for you. Sometimes we just don't know what gets in the way of good quality sleep. And so if we start paying attention, we can definitely figure it out because everyone will have a different reason. There's no one size fits all with sleep is what is it that I need to do, change in my life, be more present to, and then sleep comes. So I hope you implement 1 or 2 or all of these strategies and see how the quality of your sleep improves. If you need more help, just reach out, support@sleepsuccessacademy.com. Write me an email. I'm always willing and ready to answer your questions. And I hope you sleep well tonight. That's it.